The high bidder at 800. Yes, that has a Hemi in it. I got it. I bought a Hemi for 800 bucks. I am in the mood for a project. I'm at a dealer auction today, and here's a car that I have my eye on, and I'm kind of excited to see what we can do with this car. I've always wanted one for 18 years. I've wanted to buy one. I've always been an admirer of these things and never actually owned one. And I think today we could put some power to the wheels in something really cool that might be really, really inexpensive. You're gonna find out with me and see if we can do some fun stuff to this car. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. So welcome to my Flying Wheels YouTube channel, and I own a small car dealership in New Hampshire, and with owning a car dealership gives me access to dealer auctions. Like, I have a dealer's license, so I go to dealer auctions and I buy some fun things sometimes. Most of the time I buy cars to just resell and make a profit on. Sometimes I buy some fun stuff for myself because I get bored with my job and I want to have a good time. That is the case today. I bought a car today that I've wanted for 18 years. When this car first came out, it was a baller car. That is a pretty good clue of what it could possibly be. It is a mimic of a baller car, actually. And I have my eyes on it, and we're gonna see what we can buy it for at a dealer auction today. Hopefully we don't get burned, number two. And then I wanna see what we can do. Like, can we soup this thing up? Wheels, suspension, possibly a supercharger. I wanna see if we can make it a heaven dog. No, that doesn't make sense. What are they called? Hellcat. Well, let's find out what the car is. There she is right there in all her glory. Wait, not that one. That one right there is a 2005 Chrysler 300, but not just any Chrysler 300, a Chrysler Hemi C. What, you may ask, is a Hemi C? Well, back in 2005, Chrysler came out with this car. This was like their flagship vehicle. This was their on top of the line. So the Chrysler 300 was their top of the line. It replaced the Chrysler 300C, which was like a Dodge Intrepid, basically, with this thing, a Chrysler 300. Then they gave it the C package, which was this. Boom! A 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. Well, teaser alert, I actually just bought this car. That right there, that Bentley replacement cosmetic fake faux grille, that right there was for $500. The headlights are worth $800. The leather interior is worth $800. I think you get the point. With the fees, I own this car for under $1,000, which is just unbelievable. Now, back in 2005, like I had said, this is a flagship car. This was their premier vehicle, like the best one they offered. And everybody that wanted to look like they had money would buy it because it looked kind of like a Bentley Continental. So you'd see everybody driving around with big wheels. You'd see everybody driving around with the grille that's on this car. Well, now it's just something that we call in the biz an aged unit. Like, it's a forgotten relic. Nobody buys these things anymore. They were expensive to maintain. Hemis have some power, but they had some issues too, so it's worrisome, troublesome. Like, people fear them. Not at under $1,000, I don't fear them though. I mean, look at this. We have like fake wood plastic steering wheel. We have fake wood plastic shifter knob, heated seats, dual climate control. We have a CD player, and we even have a camera holder. See what I mean? No hands, camera holder. Does it have the original owner's manual? Yes, it does, and books. Now, this Chrysler 300 came standard with 340 horsepower, 390 foot-pounds of torque, and a rear-wheel drive luxury car. Had an original MSRP with these options of $39,000. We own it for under $1,000. Now, I know we can do better than 340 horsepower out of this beast. We're gonna do some suspension. We're gonna do some wheels. We're gonna do some exhaust, at least some engine modifications to get some real power out of this baby. Uh-oh, but I didn't see that when I bought it. When this car ran through the lane, like the auction lane, that check engine light was not on, meaning the used car dealer that ran this through here cleared the check engine light to run it through, because they probably wouldn't have bought it if there was a check engine light. That's not a good sign. But for under $1,000, like, junk is worth $500. Like, worst case scenario, I could bring it to the junkyard for $500 and take what I like off of it. Let's figure out what this check engine light is on for. Now, when I'm at the auction, I always bring this and I always use this car. This is a MooCar OBD scanner, as a matter of fact. I've used this in other videos because I use it all the time. What is an OBD scanner? I'll tell you. Every car since 1996 has an OBD2 computer monitor that monitors your car. Typically, if you go in your car underneath the dash, there's a spot to plug in, which is right here. Thanks to MooCar, I have an OBD2 reader. I can find out what my codes are. Why is my check engine light on? So I can plug it in right there. Let's see if I get it the first time. Yep. And you'll see it powers on my scan tool. If I put the key in and turn it to position, position 2, I can see what the code is on my car and why the check engine light is on. An oxygen sensor, high bank 1 sensor 1, which is best case scenario. Bank 1 sensor 1, oxygen sensor, that's a very inexpensive fix, like $75 for the sensor, half an hour's for labor. It also has a 4-inch touchscreen as well as manual buttons right here. I can get live readouts. I can email myself diagnostics. So most of these run off the car's battery, meaning when I unplug it, it shuts itself off. This has a live battery that charges just like your phone, so I can unplug this and bring it to my mechanic to show him the live readouts and any codes that are on in the computer. I use this one all the time because it does like what my $4,000 scan tools do. This one does the same thing. I use it when I go to the auction. I use it to diagnose my own cars. But if you're just a consumer, like a regular person that owns vehicles, something like this can save you thousands by going to the mechanic. Like if you know what's wrong before bringing it to the mechanic, it would help you out tremendously. I highly recommend this product. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, there is a link in the description down below. All right, we are driving. That's a good sign. We are moving. That's a good sign. We're shifting too. That's also a good sign. All right, before we load it up, let's go get some lunch in it. You all know Papa Al, my grandfather. That's great. Let's take the Chrysler for a ride. You know what this thing's got?
No idea, but
It's got a Hemi.
a Hemi.
This is a rocket ship in a sedan, in a luxury sedan, and I want a supercharger. Can we make a Hellcat out of a Hemi Chrysler 300? I mean, it's not the Hemi in a Hellcat, but if we supercharge it, we could call it a Hemi, a Hellcat. I think it's kind of toned down. I think there's more to it than what it's allowing. Shifts perfectly and it sounds healthy. You know what I paid for this? $800 for this car.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Check this out. It even came with a camera holder. Voila, hands-free mobile device.
Terrific.
This is the best deal I've ever bought, I think, at the auction. $800, auction fee, $150. $950 for a V8 rear-wheel drive car that's clean and shifting smoothly. I don't know what the check engine light's on for, though. We'll have to find that out. Let's see if the bun warmers work. Heated seats. Now, they did make an SRT8 version of this, too. I'm going to have to look up the specs and images, because I kind of want it to look like an SRT8, but maybe a Hellcat. I don't know. There's so much in store for this car. I'm going to go get some lunch and take a break for a minute.
A few minutes later.
We're back from lunch, getting this thing towed back to the shop. Check out what I just found. This car has brand new brakes on it. Someone just did pads and rotors. There's $800 in brake work right here. There's something up with this car. I haven't gotten on a lift yet. Why would somebody sell this car so cheap? I don't know. There is a story behind this. We got to get on a lift and figure out what's happening. Why would somebody sell this for $800? Doesn't even make sense. Look at that. It even has a tow hitch for my jet skis. It's pretty crusty under there. We're from New England. So that could be normal or it could be rotted. I really don't know. All right, let's get this thing back to the shop, get it on a lift, and see if it's even worthy of an upgrade. All right, well, welcome to my graveyard. This is where things go collect, but really to die. You'll see Chrysler 300C. Oh, there's my 94, 92 Prelude SI. Underneath that is my 97 Eagle Talon TSI, the Chrysler Crossfire, the Escalade convertible. Back there is a parts avalanche in case I want to put like a truck bed on this Escalade convertible. There's my trailer with something secret in there. Who knows what's in there? My Eagle Talon TSI. Another Escalade in case that one I don't like and I want to tear the roof off another one. And then that is a Lincoln Continental with a 32 valve, 4.6 liter V8. This is an Armada. For some reason I can't sell. I don't know, it's 2018, not selling. Over there is my Audi e-tron GT. I'm gonna park this here for a few days till I have some time to get it on the lift. Till then, let's have some fun. Seems healthy. How's the deposit track on a Plymouth work? It just does. What movie? All right, let's check out this Chrysler 300. Check out my 600 horsepower Cobra right there. Love that car. All right, here's the thing with this Chrysler. I have it up on the lift. This car is really, really clean, and the mileage isn't crazy. 150,000 miles, and it is completely stock and in good shape. Not just pads, rotors, brand new. That, like if a repair shop did pads and rotors, that's probably a $400 to $500 job just right there. I paid $800 plus for this entire car. Now, bear in mind, I live in New England. We are a rusty state. I am the Rust Belt. So if you're from Florida or New Mexico or Arizona or California, I know this isn't what your cars look like. I'm gonna say this is in great shape for a New England car. Check this out. Now, for those of you hey, look at that. I could tow my boat with it. Did I already say that in this video? Okay, so this is normal New England rust. Springs are in good shape. Struts are in good shape. Look at the size. So we have muffler, giant muffler, all the way up to, hey, brand new flex pipe that's cleanly installed. That's a pretty terrible weld. To two cats, smaller cat than that. That's odd that that one's smaller than that one. We have brand new, what? Brand new front pads and rotors as well. Brand new front struts, brand new sway bar links. What? Brand new starter. The transmission pan is dry. The oil pan is dry. That looks like a fresh oil filter. What the heck? We have brand new power steering line. It's not a brand new rack. That's not a brand new rack, but it has brand new power steering lines right there. What the heck was this car doing at the auction? My mind is blown. This is the best deal I've ever received. Here's my question for you guys, and I really want you to tell me what I should be doing. This car, like it's an 05, it's a dated car. It's not like super desirable. I paid $860 for it. I'm gonna do the math with you right now. Let's just say I paid $800 plus the fee. So let's just say I paid $1,000. Round figures, I paid $1,000 for this car. I could clean it, recon it, detail it for like 250 bucks. Check engine lights on, I could fix that. I could sell this car for 4,500, 5 grand if I'm lucky, but probably 4,500 is realistic. So 4,500. So if I have 1,500 into it, that's what, a $3,000 profit for cleaning a car, doing a couple repairs, 3,000 bucks. Like in my hand, an easy peasy Japanese, right? Or I could have a little fun with this car. Hear me out. I don't think it's a good idea, but hear me out. Get a set of like Dodge Charger and Challengers have different lug pattern. I think those are 5x15. These are 5x1 14.3, I believe, meaning Dodge Charger and Challenger wheels will not fit on this. But 5x1 14.3 set bolt pattern, like I can find those wheels off anything. I can put a nice set of wheels on this. I could put a hood scoop, like a hood, not like a stick-on hood scoop, like a Charger style, like with the Scat Pack hood scoop hood. I could put a spoiler, like an SRT8 spoiler on the rear. I could put Scat Pack, like RT suede Alcantara bucket seats, like race car seats in this car. I could put different headlights in. I could put different corner lights. I could get different tail lights. But am I turning this into a Pep Boys car at that point? I could get a different exhaust, a cold air intake. I could supercharge this thing and turn it into a Hellcat Chrysler 300. That's gonna cost me a ton of money. Yeah, but does it appreciate the car like enough to justify doing that much work, or am I just doing it for videos and fun? Or do I just clean it, fix it, sell it, move on? I mean, I really want to have some fun with it, and I'll get bored with it pretty quickly, but I do want to do it. All right, huge news, and it boggles the mind because this Chrysler 300, we've gone through it, and I just want to show you, like, this is our inspection sheet. So we check all these things on the car. Like, let's see, registration, lighting, instruments, glass and glazing, body, chassis, steering, tires and wheels, brakes, general, brakes front, brakes rear, front suspension, rear suspension, fuel system, exhaust system, emissions, like literally so many things we check when we look over cars for state inspections, and we do it to every one of our cars. I want to read you everything that's new in this Chrysler 300. It's odd. New water pump, new intake, new EGR, new fans, new power steering line, new alternator, new belt, new AC condenser, left front strut, all new pads and rotors, left side caliper, left rear, new front control arm, front sway bar links, flex pipe, starter, oxygen sensor, front left wheel bearing, left rear wheel bearing, left motor mount, new transmission mount. All this, and I bought the car for $850. What, isn't that odd? Why was it at the auction? Check engine light was on for an oxygen sensor. Bank one, sensor one, no big deal. And then the ABS light was on for a wheel speed sensor, but the wheel bearing was just replaced, like small potato thing. What? Why was that thing at the auction? I do not understand. Before I dive into this, I want to give like a shameless plug, www.startyourdealership.com. I could have never found this car for under $1,000 outside of a dealer auction. They don't exist. The fact that I have access to dealer auctions is because I have my dealer's license. In order to do that, I need to start my own car dealership. If you wanted to learn how to do that, like the intricacies, that every detail, step-by-step format, check out www.startyourdealership.com for more information. It is absolutely worth it. In the worst case scenario, join the email list. There's a link right in the description down below for it. If you've ever thought about getting your dealer's license, starting your own small car dealership, or even a big car dealership, it is worth checking out. I'm lost. What do I do? Help me out here. I'll read your comments. If it's more positive going towards doing it up, like upgrading this car, I'll do that. If the majority says just sell this thing and move on, I'll do that. Tell me down below. Like the video for me as a favor to me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'll see you guys a little later. Thanks for watching. Adios.